Good day, ma'am, sir. We are Group 2. We represent Socialist Theory, the State and Citizenship, the Principle of Taxation and Inclusive Growth. Socialist Theory. What is socialist? A socialist is someone who supports a political or economic philosophy that says the society as a whole rather than private companies should own or control various goods and services. A socialist, in a traditional sense, is an adherent or socialism. Socialists believe the government should provide for people's most basic needs and a range of basic services to the public, such as healthcare and education, for free or a significant discount. Who proposed socialist theory? Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels. Marx and Engels developed a body of ideas which they called scientific socialism, or commonly called Marxism. Marxism comprised a theory of history, historical materialism, as well as political, economic, and philosophical theory.
Socialist society. Karl Marx. Karl Marx described a socialist society as such the same amount of labor which he has given to society in one form. He received back in another. Socialism is a post-commodity economic system and production is carried out though directly produce use value rather than toward generating profit.
Ci- Citizen is a socialist society rely on the
Citizens in
government
socialist
of
society rely on the government for everything, from food to healthcare. Proponents and socialism believe that it lead to a more equal distribution of goods and services and more equitable society.
socialism system. Socialist system are divided into two. Non-market. Non-market socialism is substitute factor market and money with integrated economy planning, and also engineering or tactical criteria based on calculation performed in time. Market socialist. Market socialist is restrained the use of monetary prices, factors market, and in some cases that profit motivate. With respect to the operation of socially owned enterprise and the allocation of capital, goods, and between them. Yung non-market daw po ay about sa market money. Siya yung nagpaplano kung paano ma-handle yung pera para sa economy. Tapos yung market socialist, siya yung nangangasiwa sa pera ng ekonomiya ng bansa para ma-handle ng maayos yung pera. Yun lang po.
Socialist politics have been both internationalist and nationalist in orientation, organized through political parties and opposed to party politics, times overlapping with trade unions at that other times independent, and critical of them, and present in both industrialized and developing nations. Socialist political movement. The socialist political movement includes a set of political philosophies that originated in the revolutionary movements of the mid to late with 18th century and out of concern of the social problem that were associated capitalism.
Good afternoon, sir. Our next topic is state. The state is a form of political organization of society. The institution of government. States have the legal obligation to protect and promote the human rights, including the right to social security, and ensure that people can realize their rights without discrimination. Fundamental duties of state. Constitution and countries. It is the primary duty of the state, all the state institution and representative official to recognize the Constitution as the supreme and the fundamental law of the country and obey its provision. It is the duty of the state to protect and preserve sovereignty, territorial integrity, and national unity of the country.
Social and ethnic harmony. It is the duty of the state to promote national unity among people, build ethnic and religious reconciliation and harmony, and maintain peace and stability in the country. It is the duty of the state to recognize the diversity of cultures, customs, and practices and protect them as far as they are not in breach of the Constitution and law. Social justice, equity, and poverty alleviation. It is duty of the state to ensure and promote social justice in all spheres of economic, social, political, civil, and cultural life of the people. The state has special obligation to alleviate poverty and look after the poor and the margin- marginalized in society. It is the duty of the state to promote policies, policies to and programs to bridge the gaps between the rich and the poor and promote equitable income distribution throughout the society and the country as much as possible.
Fundamental duties of state in children, women, elderly, and disabled. The state has special obligation to look after the rights and welfare of the children, women, elderly, and people with disability. Free education and healthcare. It is the duty of the state to maintain and promote free education, including higher education, with the cooperation of the private sector as necessary. It is also the duty of the state to promote free healthcare and hospitals with the cooperation of private sector. Welfare and social services. It is the duty of the state to maintain and promote general welfare and assistance services necessary to the citizens without any political or any other partially through the national services, provincial councils, or local government institution. This should be announced in national, provincial, and local government budgets and policies.
Citizens. Citizens is a person who is a member of a particular country and who has a rights because of being born. Being given rights who lives in a particular town or city. Article 5, Duties and Obligation of
Pwede
Citizens.
wait lang, cut na.